Thank you very much. What a lovely warm welcome for someone you've never heard of before and couldn't give a fuck about. Thank you guys. That's lovely. Well, welcome to Ultra Comedy. I'm sure you've been told in detail by your friend or family member who's here this evening. But if you're not sure what it is, Ultra is a company who help raise money for Cancer Research UK through doing events all around the country, comedy events just like this. And our participants this evening have been working incredibly hard over the last 8 weeks, learning to become stand-up comedians, taught by a professional comedian, me. That wasn't a joke, we didn't have to laugh at that bit, but that's okay, that's how we work. Ultra has been raising money for the last 10, 15 years, raised £27 million at present for cancer research. And we're hoping to raise up to £30 million by the end of 2023. So it's not well done, Ultra, it's well done you guys. Without your support, events like this couldn't happen, so thank you very much. I'm sure some of you have been to comedy shows before. If you haven't, don't worry, in good hands. Just think of me like your nice new funny friend who's going to be getting to know you, having a chat, warming you up, and introducing my funny friends to the stage, our participants. You may know some of the audience, some of the members this evening, guys, family members, close friends, but you're supporting one person in particular. But just give all our comedians lots of love and warmth. They've worked really hard over the last 8 weeks. Show them lots of love and warmth. The more they enjoy themselves, the funnier they'll be. Are we up for this? Thank you very much. As we said at the start of the show, the bar is closed during the performance periods, so please get plenty of drinks in the breaks. I see your face drop then, sir, as I said that. Are you here to get a drink, my friend? Oh yes, there we go. He's currently only got 2 cans in front of him. He wants more. That's fine, there'll be plenty of chance to get drinks in the break, my friend. Before we start the show, we'd like to introduce our top fundraiser for this period. In total, the group has raised an amount of £2,906. And our top fundraiser from the class has raised a whopping £430 all by himself. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage our top fundraiser, Ian Oldfield. There we go. And there's the boring admin bits out of the way. Let's go on to the comedy. Superb. So let's find out who's here this evening. Give me a cheer if you've travelled down from the valleys this evening. That's nice. That's nice. Anyone here from Cardiff? Oh, you sat very tribally as well. That's nice to see. Any fighting, please keep it for after the show on Queen Street, something like that. That'll be better. Anyone from further afield in the valleys? Yes, someone said there. How far have you travelled, sir? Oh, there we are, fantastic. Mainly because the bridge doesn't charge anymore, but that's absolutely fine. I'm here from a place called Porth in the Rhondda this evening. You're all familiar with Porth? Yes, for those who don't know Porth, when I perform in England, people don't know Porth, they try and describe it to them. I say Porth is like any typical Valleys town for a lovely shoe zone. I was in there recently because, you know, the pandemic's been quite hard, and there was a sign on the wall, and the sign read, if you steal from this shop, you get a free ride home in a police car. It's quite witty, isn't it? It's quite clever, but what the sign didn't say was, if you buy from this shop, you're gonna walk home. Fucking horrible shoes. It's not all that important. It'll be my granddad, I'm grateful for that. My granddad, he's 91 years of age. He's a sort of man who will only wear a shirt. You know, typical elderly gentleman, only wear a shirt. If he's doing the garden, he'll wear a shirt. If he's out shopping, he'll wear a shirt. If he's watching telly, he'll wear a shirt. Especially he put some pants on, to be honest with you. He tells me stories, my granddad, and my favourite story he tells me is about his granddad. At the age of 15, 150 years ago, walking all the way up from Llanelli to find work in the mines in Porth. When I hear that story of hardship and determination and trying to better yourself, I can't help but think, how shit was Llanelli? That journey took him 3 whole days. 3 days with nothing to eat, nowhere to sleep, But like he got to Porth, his footwear was completely worn out. We used to get a bit of shoes on then, couldn't we? So that was good. So, gentlemen, you're in the front, how are we this evening? Gentlemen, how are we? You've got, unfold your arms, sir, not going to steal your nipples, it's absolutely fine. What's your name, my friend? Kane, lovely to meet you, Kane, and we're here supporting this evening. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. What do you do, Kane? What do you do? Oh, there we are. At this point, I like to pretend I have some jokes about business analysts. But this is what we call, ladies and gentlemen, a comedy cul-de-sac. Yes, and who we sat with this evening?
Abel.
Not Abel, no. Also, I forgot to say, I'll do the fucking jokes, mate, alright? What's your name, my friend? Thomas, look at me, Thomas, and have you got a more possibly humorous job than a business analyst? I don't think I'll be able to get quite the right angle there, but that's... Thank you. That patronising way is about what that deserves, so thank you very much. So, you say you're a mathematician, but I would argue we're all mathematicians. Thomas, what sort of maths do you do? Mathematical biology, because just one fucking hard subject wasn't enough for Thomas. He's got to do two, and that's nice. So you sort of academic at university, or that sort of thing, writing papers, things like that? Fantastic. So what's your favourite thing about maths? How logical it is. I like that, I like that. Well, let's give our mathematician and our business analyst a nice round of applause. And I see you sat in the front row there, guys, so I'll talk to the gentleman sat behind you. How are we, sir? Okay this evening? I know you knew, yes. Unless I misgendered you, I do apologise. And who are you with this evening? I'm assuming you're partners, guys? Are we a couple? You said that very casually then, like, yeah, if you want, we can be a couple. Yeah, that's fine. How long have we been together for? Oh, fantastic, that's nice. As I can say at the top, Ultra Comedy does raise money for cancer research. We're also a dating agency as well, so that's nice to see. How did you actually meet? Oh, well, okay, you're not. So we're not a couple. Oh, there we are. So if you told me that 3 minutes ago, that might have been a bit easier for you. Well, that's nice. So we don't know each other at all. We've sat by each other, and I just paired you up like some sort of Cilla Black from Wish. That's nice. That's nice. What is your name, madam? Gary, yes. Liz and Gary. Liz, what do you do? A teacher, oh, fantastic, that's nice. Like I used to be a teacher before I did comedy, so I always like to ask in the audience any teachers in. I ask you where you teach shortly, but when I ask people what they teach, best response I ever had, guys, was, what do you teach? Twats. It's quite nice, isn't it? Liz, do you fit into that group? Oh, what do you teach, Liz? Music, oh, fantastic. Do you specialise in any instrument yourself, then? And that's the end of the conversation. Now, to translate for the rest of the audience, that yeah meant, fuck off and leave me alone. And I think I will, Liz. I think I will. But guys, it's lovely to be out at events like this, enjoying ourselves, getting together, being out in public, doing nice things. You know, we've been through a couple of terrible years of the pandemic. And I don't know about you, but during the pandemic, I really missed getting to travel abroad, getting to go on holidays. But even though I love going on holidays, I'm actually a nervous, anxious flyer. If anyone here is. But what sets me off is, I get on the plane, I see those laminated safety instructions at the front of the plane, and I get very nervous because they're not very realistic, are they? In the picture, the plane has landed perfectly on the water. Now the wings have snapped off. Nothing's on fire. Nobody's been eaten by a shark. Even the man going down the rubber slide has got a gin and tonic in his hand, you know. I'm very realistic because I'm quite tall, quite large. I often get asked, would you mind sitting by the emergency exit? In case of emergencies, will you help others exit the plane? So yeah, I can do that, no problem. See, women and children first. Women and children first. Give the sharks nice and full. We've got a fantastic night ahead of us, guys. You're going to see some people who come to support, some people who haven't. They're all going to do a fabulous job, but we had a good time. If you've got a mobile phone, please put it on silent. You might be paying for the babysitter. Nan or Bam might have the quill children this afternoon. Yeah, put a good shift in. It won't hurt them for once, right? Just put your phones on silent, sit back, relax, laugh when something's funny, and if it's not, laugh anyway. It's been a shitty couple of years, hasn't it? It doesn't seem to be getting better anytime soon. So, our first act this evening is Ian Oldfield. He's the best fundraiser, and he's the first act on. So, all we've got to do, guys, is to get a nice audience, show our comedians lots of love and warmth, and they'll have a good time. So, let's start with that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I know you had your drink there, sir, but patted your leg as well, so you made sure you give us appreciation, but didn't spill any beer. Like that's the way you like to do it. You all enjoy the break, guys? Yeah, the important thing to enjoy the first section. Yeah, see, I told them we've been working hard. I told them for a good night this evening, but I mentioned in the first section that I used to be a teacher before I did comedy, and I used to work in sort of a challenging behavioural unit. But one of my favourite things about being a teacher was getting to say those teacher cliches, you know, things teachers say to you in school, like you might use some of these, miss, but remember some guys, like, the bell is for me, not for you. That one, and it's your own time you're wasting. Remember that one? And if I catch you bunking one more time. All the classic things teachers say in school, you know, but I did a lesson once and one of the boys, he jumped up and he ran forward and he started wiping things off the board that I'd written. And I know, I'd have him. I say a teacher thing to him now. He said, "Oi, if you rub that off, I'll rub you off." Now, probably should have thought about it before I said it, but he did stop immediately. As you can imagine, working in a school with challenging teenage boys, it was a big problem we used to have, and that was, there's a lot of penises drawn on books. Penises drawn on books. There's one boy in year 9 always doing it, always drawing penises on his book. I took a step back, I thought, hang on, it's going to be a cry for help here. Because you're on this little boy's life. I said, look, what's going on? Why are you drawing these things on your book? It's okay, you can tell me, why are you drawing these things on your book? He said, well, the thing is, fannies are really hard to draw. Right on with it, man. But you'll probably remember in the first section, if you don't remember, I'll remind you, and I embarrassed myself asking a couple how long they'd been together when they didn't fucking know each other at all. Are real couples in the room? Give me a cheer. Fantastic, couple in the front row here, thank you. No, that's absolutely fine. What's your name, madam? Gemma, love to meet you, Gemma. Who's your lovely partner? John, Gemma, John, I like that. I like sort of names that could be characters in a book. That's very nice. Gemma, I must say you've done very well there with John. He is a very handsome man. If I wasn't straight, I'd be all over him in the break. That's fantastic. How did you guys meet? Oh, that's nice. Very old school. They met in the street. Didn't realise there was life beyond the end of the road, so... Bin man, milk man, lollipop lady, yeah, you too. That's fine, that's nice, that's nice. And who made the first move, John? In the street? John made the first move in the street, I like it. Was it slippers and dressing gowns involved? Oh, that's nice. What does you do, John? Oh, fantastic, yeah, good, biblical, honest job, I like that. What's your favourite kind of wood, John? It's different to Gemma's favourite kind of wood. Just to get out there now before anyone thinks crudely. What's your favourite kind of wood? Hardwood, there we go, yeah. Same as Gemma's then, that's nice. What is it you do, Gemma? Finance manager, fantastic job at Chateau, business analyst in the break. Yeah, bore the shit out of each other. That's nice. And who are you here supporting this evening? Ian, he's fantastic, wasn't he? Yeah, he's good. And are we all here together in the front row, guys? Fantastic family fortunes, isn't it? I like this. I've always wanted to be Les Dennis. Who are you, sir? Part of the group? Oh, fantastic. Love to meet you as well. And how did you guys meet? In a different street? Or... Yes. The fact they said yes quickly to meet in the street tells us the real answer is far more interesting. How did you actually meet? Oh, there we go. Anyone else understand what that means? Third time lucky public houses. Oh, in the pub. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's nice. That's a classic, nice old way to meet. Oh, there we go. All right, okay. Third time lucky makes sense. Oh, yeah. So persistence pays off, it seems. That's nice. That's nice. Not predatory at all. It was all about board. That's nice. And how long have we been together for, guys?
7 months.
Oh, there we are. They said that at the same time as well, which was nice. Bit patronising, guys. There we are. 7 months. But like I said, and you all agree, guys, it's nice to be out, enjoying ourselves post-pandemic. And I said I love travelling, I love going abroad. Went to New York a couple of years ago. I don't know if you've been to New York yourselves. Yeah. Thank you, I like that. Yeah, it's lovely. But I don't know if you from this Gemma, I found that people like my accent, but didn't know where I was from. 6 a.m. I don't know accents. I said, oh, I love your accent. Where are you from? Scotland? I said, no, close. I'll have a guess. I said, oh. Are you from Ireland? I said, no, get closer. I'll have a guess. I said, oh. I got it. Are you from Romania? I said, no, I'm from Wales. Wales? He said, oh, Wales, that's the place with the castles and dragons, right? No? That's Middle Earth, but... Wales is the place where teenage pregnancy is the functioning alcoholics. And it is a Sunday afternoon and there's a lot of beer in the room, so don't pretend otherwise. But are we ready for the next section of the show, guys? Superb. Guys, you've been so lovely. Keep it up. That's all we want is a nice, lovely, warm audience. Our first act in this section is called Chrissy Derbyshire. Please start the clapping, start the cheering, and please welcome Chrissy Derbyshire! As you can see me struggling to the stage with the bottle of wine and the raffle, everyone's favourite part of the evening. We haven't really come for the comedy, we've come for the raffle. So if you bought your tickets, please get them ready. Now a drum roll from the audience, please. Here it is, green 312. In 312. Fantastic. It's no false tickets, no false claims. Congratulations, madam. Do you like rosé? Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. As he seamlessly hides the bucket of raffle tickets off the stage. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves this evening, guys. Superb, superb. We mentioned the pandemic once or twice this evening, and I don't know about you guys during the pandemic. I think many things done. Wasn't very productive during the pandemic. The most productive thing I did during the pandemic was get divorced. Mixture of laughter and sympathy there. The people feeling sympathetic for me, assuming that she left me. Did. Don't assume is what I'm saying. But during the pandemic, like a lot of you I'm sure, I just sat around watching television. I decided to re-watch our BBC documentary series, Louis Theroux's Weird Weekends. Seen this? Yes, about 20 years old now. And after re-watching Louis Theroux's Weird Weekends, I come to the conclusion that the weirdest thing about Louis Theroux's Weird Weekends is Louis Theroux. Like, he's got all our BBC money, yet he looks like he cuts his own hair and wears his father's clothes. I can't quite understand what's going on. The episode I watched is quite a shocking episode. It upset me. It's quite a famous episode. It's when Louis goes to visit the Westboro Baptist Church. Who haven't seen this episode? The Westboro Baptist Church are a far-right, fundamentalist Christian group who take the teachings of the Bible and twist them into horrible, hateful, untrue messages. for them is, big one for them is, God hates gay people. Really, Westboro Baptist Church? Everyone change your microphone a minute. Bring back fucking wires. Here we are, that's better. Big one for them is, God hates gay people. Really, Westboro Baptist Church? Didn't we read that part of the Bible where God makes Joseph a really gay coat? So you were trying to tell us God hates gay people? Well, God is flat out on his sewing machine, making a garment that's literally the LGBTQ plus flag. And he doesn't stop there, he then goes and writes him a musical as well. But I got divorced, like I said. I'm very grateful I've actually met a new partner now, and I'm really relieved by that because I hate dating apps, I hate trying to meet women, I hate going to public houses, hate all those things. You know, I even hate the term chatting someone up, it's horrible, but when I was younger I used to go to nightclubs with my friends. I went to a nightclub in Swansea on one occasion, it was called Play. Hey, if you don't know Play, like that one gentleman there, it's a nightclub with one verb in the title, so you can imagine what it's like, you know, play or jump or gouge, you know, that sort of establishment. But when I was in there, I got separated from my friends, and I bumped into, at the time, the very famous Llanelli Scarlets rugby player, Regan King. You may or may not remember Regan King, but not only was he a very, very good rugby player, he was also very, very handsome. In years gone by, he's actually now used this handsomeness to defraud women online out of thousands and thousands of pounds. It's a true story. I'm going after the show. He's actually in prison now for doing this. And being handsome in prison, not so beneficial. But I promise you, audience here this evening, if I'd known this at the time, I would never have accepted that Bacardi Breezer that he bought me. As we were chatting, two girls came over and they said, "Oh, Regan King, Regan King." And what's your name now? I clicked, I thought I was a rugby player too. I'm proud of what I did. I had a couple of drinks, I was put on the spot. I said, "John Alomo." I think my first mistake there was picking the most famous Polynesian rugby player on the planet. And my second mistake was picking someone who died about 5 years previously. Ghost of rugby past. Guys, have you enjoyed yourself this evening? Superb. You have been an absolutely wonderful audience. I can't thank you enough for being so warm and receptive. It's time for our final section of the show, so please start the clapping, start the cheering, and welcome to the stage, Antonio Structure!